Apple has finally did it. They finally released the next generation smart battery cases for the latest generation iPhones. But with a price point of an increase of 23% compared to the previous generation models, is paying $130 really worth it? And I know, that's a hefty price tag. But nonetheless, I know there's some people who are just power hungry users, and well, this is Apple's solution. Now it's clear that this case isn't for everyone. If this is too much for your blood, there's other great alternatives out there. For instance, I picked this one up last year for my iPhone 10 and has been performing really well, and this cost me a fraction of what this one would cost you. But comparing them two side by side, there's a huge slim difference. This thing is basically like a brick, and there's a trend, usually around $20 will get you a similar size case like this one. But if you're looking for a slimmer case and you're okay with spending the money, here are 5 reasons why the $130 price tag that Apple is asking might be actually worth considering in buying. Wireless charging is going to be our number 1. Before, if you picked up one of these cases, one of the sacrifices you lose is not only the lightning port adapter, but also wireless charging capabilities. With the smart case, you are not only able to have a better battery life, but you don't lose the functionality of wireless charging. Now there are some wireless chargers out there, but once again, these are sketchy companies and there's a chance they might fry your phone. The number 2 thing to consider is the materials that it's using and the overall design. It's using the same silicone plastic that you find on the premium silicone cases for the iPhone, which means the buttons are extremely responsive, the power and volume respond really well, you have a great cutout for the mute switch, and the microphone and speaker grills are perfectly opened. Installing this to your phone is a one-piece design, unlike the Mophie ones that usually have a plastic piece, which is known to be hard and it's prone to crack. And once you install those cases, they're also known to give your phone a larger shin. The smart case doesn't do that. As you can see, it has a really nice slick design that follows the curvature of the phone's overall body. And where your phone backside normally rests, it's protected with this sway-like texture that prevents dust or other particles from entering or moving around if they do manage to make it through back here, to prevent it from scratching out the backside of your phone's glass. There's also a large enough lip that wraps around the screen display to prevent it from making contact whenever you rest your phone on a flat surface. And to both charge or back up your device, you could continue using the regular lightning cable that you've been using for your Apple devices. Now for our number 3 is software integration. I'm pretty sure Apple engineers spend months or even years to make this case fully optimized and supportive for the latest iPhones. The battery case is able to know and adapt to your battery's current health conditions and will allow the current to charge it back up in a nice safe rate. And although there's no LED lights back here that indicates the battery life percentage of battery cases, all this information is shown to you inside the iOS itself. So if we move this tab, it also shows the smart battery life percentage, and when you plug it in, it also displays both of them on their current conditions. And if you are charging it without the smartphone attached, there is a LED light right here that will be amber when it's charging and will turn green once it's full. Since this one was involved most likely by the same people that developed the iPhone, the communication between the smart case and the phone battery should be able to communicate properly to make sure the case is charging at an appropriate rate to safely give the phone a better longevity. Now for our number 4 is its overall design. If you guys remember from the previous generation, they used to have this awkward like beer belly bump. Now it seems like Apple thankfully listened and they eliminated that, as they technically gave this one a redesigned look. The edges are nicely round, smooth, that there isn't any interference issues when placing it in and out of your pockets. And although mine is the white silicone one, it is prone to collecting dust like pocket lint, but this can be easily wiped off. And even though I do wear a lot of blue jeans, I haven't yet seen any blue marks on the case itself just yet. Maybe in the near future, who knows? So make sure to stay tuned for that follow-up review in the next few weeks. And I want to say this case does have an ergonomical design because it's really easy to grip on your hand. It's less likely to slip. I don't know if it's the silicone texture that it has, but it's really difficult for you to drop this thing if you're known to dropping cases. And even though if you do drop it, I'm pretty sure it's really shock resistant, as silicone is known to be shock absorbent. And compared to my previous battery case that I would normally sometimes take with me along my travels, I prefer this case over that one. So this design is overall the slimmest that you could get for a battery case. Now lastly, for our number 5, it's fast charging. You heard me right. Just like the smartphone, this case also supports fast charging, but it works differently. If you're charging this with a USB-C to Lightning cable, but you're using an 18-watt adapter, it's going to first charge the smartphone until it reaches 80%. Once it reaches 80%, it's going to then charge the smart case itself. But if you're using something like this, an 87-watt power adapter, both of these devices are able to communicate with each other, which will allow the case and the phone to charge simultaneously all together. So there we have it. That was 5 things that's cool about the smart battery case that makes it worth its asking price. With its cool innovations of wireless charging, fast charging, the smart case has easy communications between the case itself and the phone to safely charge your phone, so there's no need to worry about risking the longevity lifespan of your iPhone's battery. So that's gonna do it for this video. If you guys found this video informative, useful, you know what to do. Be sure to hit that like button, as that lets me know, but that also strongly helps support the channel. And if you want to see a follow-up video to this case, I do plan on revisiting this after a few weeks of using it. So be sure to stay tuned for that, and let's go ahead and find out if this white colored body remains white, even though I always wear blue jeans like Jay Leno. So if you want to see the end results, be sure to subscribe. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.